We just finished a comedy, and we'd done a drama, and we'd done some action. And I wanted to try a genre picture. I wanted to do something with horror.
This was a project where I could see right away the whole crew, everybody took a little more attention to detail and everything, even on the first day of shooting.
You're really bringing out some humor of the character, so it's very good. Keep doing that.
9:39.
It's like you're having fun, and that's good. That way, at the end, whenever you start getting sort of weirded out, I mean, we see sort of a change in your character, which is very good. All right, here we go, guys. Are you focused, Jace?
Yeah, I'm focused.
Action.
You guys trying to push some kind of candidate, one type or another, religious or political or otherwise. Hell, it's all a bunch of self-important hogwash now, isn't it? Present company excluded, of course. Son, I've been introduced to probably 700 different types of vacuum cleaners.
We threw a lot of different effects on it. Came up with ideas of turning it to more of a film look with grain and jittery and noise and things like that. And every time we added something new like that, it spawned more ideas. Because when we hit with all the black and white and then it turned into film, and then the jumpiness and the jitteriness occasionally came from there, and then even down to the credits where they're flickering and we have projector noise and it'll eventually burn out in the end. It just kind of slowly built, and I think the end product really turned out good.
So what do you think about people showing up on time?
Hey, I like it. It helps make movies. Otherwise, we're just hanging out at 7 in the morning. So, you know, it's filmmaking. Certain people will talk about the weather, you know, as being difficult with production, but probably the most challenging for me was dealing with Angelina. When she was cast, the part was written for her, but when she was cast, we started production in January. We found out she was pregnant in December.
I know that my husband struggled with it a lot because he wanted to get, you know, the best footage possible, but at the same time he could still see that it was his pregnant wife trying to, you know, do this character and get out of the cold and all that stuff.
So I've got her out in like the coldest months of a very, very cold year, and she's pregnant, and it was horrible. She hates the cold and she hates getting up in the mornings, and that was the most challenging for me because it very quickly became very personal. But I thought she did a good job, and so at the end of the day, sometimes I think the ends can justify the means.
Does she teach you about the Lord and how to walk in His footsteps?
Whenever I first read the story, I loved it. I thought it was a great idea, and I thought it was going to be a lot of fun. Adam really was enthusiastic about it, you know, being a shorter piece, and we can really work on the technical aspect and all that, but really the story grabbed me, and that's what really ultimately made me want to work on this. It excited me to do something different.
My name is Jacob. I watched horror movies practically all my life. I mean, I kind of knew how I wanted to act it, but I wasn't sure if it was right. I came to tell you that the end is coming.
I've been playing with concepts of some, you know, some religious based, you know, horror concepts, and didn't really know what I was doing with it. And then we were working on a short that Kenny wrote that I was in called Killing Yourself Slowly. And he had 3 characters in there, and he had cast it with Angelina and David and Jordan, and they were just dynamic. They looked good on screen, and I liked the idea of what they were doing. So I took that and then changed it and sort of made it my own, and took those characters, and which I thought would be interesting to sort of connect the stories.
Action.
But I think he did a great job. I mean, he just took them. I mean, they were, I don't know how to say it, flamboyant, charismatic in that small scene in Killing Yourself Slowly. But if I would have known what he was doing with it now, I would have changed what they said a little bit. I would have taken the specific Jesus Christ thing out and left in just, you know, He is coming. We're doing the Lord's work. I would have made it a little more parallel. Action.
I was also the fire wrangler, I guess, and we did struggle a bit with the with trying to line it up perfectly. It was that was probably the hardest part, I think, was trying to get the gun to look like a real lighter. We used one of those candle lighter thingies, and we just kind of hid behind the gun, and then he would say go, and that's how it shot out.
That's where the script came from, anyway.
Hot damn. Let me get my coat.
Cut. Let's go outside.
I'm made like the Hulk!
You know, when you can go into a scene in a shoot and everybody's prepared, that's just hugely advantageous, you know, as far as the mood on a set. So the first day of shooting was great.
Go ahead, take all of it off.
Let's go. Let's get the close-ups of coffee.
My favorite scene to work on was when I got the water poured all over me because I didn't realize I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Go back to the Manson house and give it to your sister. I think you suck. I think your little message sucks.
At the end, when we shot me holding the fetus, because at that point I was starting to feel my baby inside my actual stomach, and so it was pretty conflicting, pretty, you know, messed up, I thought.
Well, on the set in there, with plastic on the ground, with Cassie filling her mouth with it was just the grossest looking stuff. I don't even know what all was in it, but I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And then for some reason I smelled ketchup. I remembered the smelling ketchup and I couldn't hold it in anymore. I had to get out of there. I had to get out of that room.
The day that we shot a lot of the massacre scene with the blood and things like that, and then running to the house, just because it was so different than what we had done, knowing that by that point in the shoot we knew that we were going to chop it up and make it, you know, jump cuts and just all over the place and try to make it really trippy. So knowing that I really didn't have to follow a lot of continuity with my shots and things like that, it made it really enjoyable.
The two things, Jason Garner, you know, he's the guy driving down the road in the beginning of it. He was our roadblock at one time when we were shooting at his house. That was pretty cool. He was out there keeping people from running down his own road. And then actually at his house again when we had to wait for the guy with the chainsaw to get done.
The last two projects we've worked on, not counting Killing Yourself Slowly, but like with Bowling Alley and then with This a Beautiful Day, we were really going more for entertainment. I mean, Bowling Alley, there was no, as an artist, there was no spiritual growth. With the earlier films, there was a lot, you know, that you're putting yourself into. With Bowling Alley, it was just having some fun, and with this, it was just, you know, attempting to attain a mood, achieve a mood, I guess. So, in that aspect, it was challenging. And
I will get